Hey guys, it's Mr. Axler, and today I'm going to be talking about modulations. We're going to get very specific today into the common places that you modulate to. So we're dealing with a major key that we're starting in, and then we're going to talk about what we modulate into, right? So again, a modulation is a key change. Now, you're looking here on the screen of an example of a modulation. It's real messy. I get that. Let me explain it. First, let me play it for you. This is what it sounds like. Okay, we're starting in B flat, but we don't end in B flat. We end in G minor. You'll notice that the analysis below has a bracket, and it says B flat, then goes 1, 6, 4, 2, 1, 6, 4, 5, 7 with a 4, 3 suspension, 1. And then it gets all weird looking here. So what's happening is we are analyzing the first part in the first key, which is B flat. And then what happens is we have a moment where the two keys are overlapping. We have a secondary dominant, a 5, 4, 3 of a 6 going to a 6. But what happens is it does not go back to the key of B flat. It stays in the key of G minor. And so we have two levels of analysis. We have an analysis in the original key of B flat, 5 for 3 of a 6, and it goes to a 6. But then below that, we have another level. Here's another bracket, and here's lowercase g for G minor. And this would be a 5, 4, 3 in G minor going to a 1, then a 1, 6, and a 4, and a 5, 7 with a 4, 3 suspension going to a 1 in the key of G minor. All right. So what we have here is the modulation point. So what you typically use to change keys is some kind of a secondary device, secondary dominant or a secondary leading tone. Not always, but that's the easiest way to do it. It is a little more abrupt. Like out of nowhere, we just suddenly shift to a new key. But it doesn't sound terrible because the keys that we shift to are closely related to the key that you're in. So if you're in a major key, the three most common places that you modulate would be to the 4 key, the 5 key, and the 6 key. So your relative minor is your 6 key. Your 4 key would be obviously in the key of B flat, that would be E flat major. And your 5 key would be the key of F major if you're in the key of B flat. So in this case, we went to the relative minor. And probably some of you are going, well, how do you know it's a modulation and not just a secondary dominant? Well, the two obvious clues are, number one, is a bracket, secondary bracket that's showing you, oh, all right, we're in a new key. And also, it doesn't end in B flat. It ends in G minor. So there are your two situations, the two obvious ways of knowing this. So this is an example of a modulation which has a secondary device that is used to modulate. The secondary dominant or secondary device is used as a way of getting to a new key. Typically, secondary dominants are temporary or secondary leadings are temporary, but they can be used to actually change the key, like we did here. So let's play it again. Notice all the passing tones and neighboring tones as well we've got here. So here we go. B flat, and then bam, G minor. Okay, so there's an example of a modulation, right? In the coming videos, we're going to talk about common tone modulations, common or pivot chord modulations. We'll talk about what that means coming up next. All right, take care.